If you've ever looked at your bank balance and thought, wow, that's a lot of cash. I should probably do something smart with this. And then close the app and went back to your day. Because for high net worth investors, cash isn't just money sitting there. It's a tool. And if you don't manage it properly, it can quietly lose value to inflation, miss out on opportunities, or leave you scrambling when you need it most. Today, I'm going to break down what cash management actually is for high net worth investors and how to think about your cash like mini treasury department for your own wealth. I'm James Barrie, a senior investment advisor with the Cash Management Group. For almost 2 decades, I've helped high net worth clients manage one of the most overlooked parts of their portfolio, their cash. To speak with me directly, click the Calendly link below. Most people focus on stocks, real estate, private deals, all the flashy stuff. But cash is the thing that ties it all together. I'm going to walk you through the fundamentals, the way I explain it to my own clients. By the end, you'll be able to look at your cash and say, okay, I know what it's doing and why. Let's start simple. Cash management for you as an investor is really just this: having the right amount of money in the right place at the right time, doing the right job. That's it. That's the whole idea. For high net worth investors, that usually means balancing 4 things. First, safety. You don't want this money to disappear. Second, liquidity. How quickly can you get to it? Third, return. Is it at least earning something? And fourth, purpose. What is this cash actually for? If your cash strategy doesn't answer these 4 things, it's not really managed. It's just parked. Now you might be thinking, James, how can too much cash be a problem? That sounds like the kind of problem I'd like to have. Here's why it can actually be an issue. Number 1, inflation. If inflation is, say, 3 or 4% a year, and your cash is earning 0.5%, you're losing purchasing power every year. Your money buys less and less over time. 2, missed opportunity. Large piles of cash, idle cash, could be working smarter for you in higher yield cash options, short-term bonds, or other tools that still keep risk low but give you a better return. Number 3, no plan. When cash doesn't have a job, it tends to get spent randomly or moved around without strategy. Think of it like having a team of highly skilled employees and then leaving them in the lunchroom all day. Nice people, completely wasted talent. So how do we fix that? One of the simplest ways I can explain cash management to clients is with 3 buckets. Imagine your wealth as a house. Your cash is all the water in the plumbing system. You don't want all the water sitting in the bathtub. You want it flowing where it's needed: kitchen, bathroom, garden, wherever. So we use 3 main buckets: everyday cash, safety cash, and strategic cash. Let's get started with the first one, everyday cash. This is your checking account, the most liquid money you have. It lives in your checking account or perhaps a basic savings account. It covers your monthly spending, bills, lifestyle, credit card payments, all the regular stuff. As a rule of thumb, this is usually around 1 to 3 months of spending for high net worth clients. Sometimes more if your expenses are very high or very irregular. This bucket is not meant to earn amazing returns. Its job is convenience, not growth. The second bucket is what I call safety cash or sleep at night money. This is your emergency buffer. For high net worth investors, this can be fairly large. Think things like big tax payments coming up, tuition for children, a down payment on a property, money set aside for a business opportunity, or just wanting the peace of mind of knowing you can handle surprises. Here, we still want very low risk and high liquidity. You should be able to get to it quickly, maybe within a few days, but now we also want a better yield than a basic bank account. This is where tools like high interest savings account, short-term GICs or cashable deposits, or money market funds can make a big difference. You're not trying to get rich with this bucket. You're trying not to fall behind while keeping it accessible. The third bucket is what I call strategic cash or opportunity money. This is the fun one. This is the cash you don't need tomorrow. You want available for medium-term opportunities. Things like a real estate purchase, a private investment, or topping up your portfolio during a market dip. Here, we might look at short-term bonds or bond funds, treasury bills, or other government securities, or a laddered fixed income approach, where money is set to mature at different dates so that some is always coming due. The idea is simple. Let this cash earn more than a basic savings account, but don't lock it up for 10 years or take stock market level risk. Now, how is cash management different for high net worth investors compared to the average person? Well, when you have larger balances, you have more choices and more things to think about. If you have millions in cash, bank insurance limits may not cover the full amount in one institution. You may need to spread cash between banks or custodians. You're likely going to want to move beyond simple savings to things like treasuries, money market funds, or short-term bond ladders to optimize yield and safety. There's also the timing of big cash flows. Maybe you've sold a business, received a large inheritance, exited a private investment, or you're planning a major purchase, like a vacation home. We don't want that cash just sitting aimlessly while you decide what's next. So we designed a temporary cash strategy, safe, flexible, and aligned with when you will need the money. Another layer is multiple currencies. If you have assets or expenses in different countries, cash management can also involve foreign exchange decisions. Deciding how much to keep in each currency and managing currency risk so a move in the exchange rate doesn't derail your plans. And then there's tax planning. Good cash management also looks at when cash is realized. For example, from capital gains, how it's held, whether it's personally, in a corporation, or in a trust, and how it fits into your broader tax and estate plan. That usually means coordinating with your tax and legal advisors so that your cash strategy fits into your larger wealth plan. Let me give you a simple example to make this real. Let's say you're a high net worth investor with $500,000 in the bank from a recent business sale. Your living expenses are $50,000 per month. You're planning to buy a property in 12 to 18 months. And you like having a healthy safety buffer. Here's one way we might think about your cash. Bucket 1, everyday cash. Maybe $150,000. That's about 3 months of spending, plus some wiggle room, kept in your main accounts for bills and lifestyle. Bucket 2, safety cash. Another $150,000 to $200,000 in a high interest savings account or short-term GIC. It's easily accessible for tax, emergencies, and that sleep at night money. Finally, bucket 3, strategic cash. The remaining $150,000 to $200,000 in short-term bonds, T-bills, or money market solution that earns more than that basic savings, but can be available when the property opportunity shows up. The exact numbers depend on your comfort level, taxes, other assets, and personal plans. But you get the idea. Every dollar has a job. Now let me quickly run through a few common mistakes I see all the time. Mistake number 1, all or nothing thinking. Either everything is in cash for safety or everything is invested for growth. Good cash management usually lives somewhere in the middle. Mistake number 2, no separation of buckets. One giant bank account doing 5 different jobs. When everything is mixed together, it's hard to make clear decisions. Mistake number 3, ignoring yield on larger balances. Once you get into the hundreds of thousands or millions, the difference between earning 0.5% and 4% or 5% is huge over time. Mistake number 4, no plan for upcoming events. We all know big expenses show up, a tax bill, a property, maybe a business investment, and suddenly assets have to be sold at a bad time because the cash wasn't ready. So, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, James, this all sounds good, but where do I actually start? Let me give you a simple checklist. Step 1, list your upcoming cash needs. Look at the next 3 months, the next 12 months, and the next 3 to 5 years. Think about bills, tax payments, purchases, and any commitments you've already made and committed to. Step 2, calculate your comfort buffer. How much cash helps you genuinely sleep at night? For some people, it's 6 months of expenses. For others, it's 2 years. There is no universal right answer. It's about what lets you feel secure. Step 3, segment into buckets. Decide how much cash goes into everyday cash, how much into safety cash, and how much into strategic or opportunity cash. Step 4, match each bucket to a tool. Everyday cash goes into checking or basic savings. Safety cash might go into high-interest savings, short-term GICs, or guaranteed products, or money market funds. Strategic cash might go into short-term bonds, T-bills, or other low-risk income options. Step 5, review regularly. Life changes, business changes, tax rules change. Review your cash strategy at least once a year, or whenever something big happens, like selling a business, buying a property, or a major change in your income. And of course, you don't have to do all of this alone. This is exactly the kind of planning I help clients with every day. So, to quickly recap, cash management is not just leaving money in the bank. It's about having the right amount of money in the right place at the right time, doing the right job. For high net worth investors, that usually means 3 buckets: everyday cash, safety cash, and strategic opportunity cash. You might want to balance safety, access, and reasonable return without taking stock market level risk on money you might need soon. And if you only remember one thing from this video, let it be this: every dollar of cash in your world should have a clear purpose. If you found this helpful, hit the like button so that more people can see it, and subscribe for more videos on building and protecting your wealth. If you're a high net worth investor and you're sitting on a meaningful amount of cash, and you're not sure if it's working as hard or as safely as it should, feel free to reach out to me directly. This is something I help clients with every single day.